Roaches and bed bugs are not what you want to see around your home, but sadly for some Buffalo Municipal Housing Authority tenants, this is part of daily life. Well, now a local activist is shining a light in those dark corners, hoping to trigger change.
Tonight, the News 4 Investigates team takes a closer look at the conditions in and around these taxpayer-subsidized housing units in the Queen City. News 4's Luke Moretti has our report tonight.
Let's show you how they really treat these people out here.
This is Nate Boyd.
Just got a call out here in Langfield.
A self-described community activist who's not afraid to make noise.
Look, that was a rat hole. Look, now that's a rat. Now that's a big rat. How big is bigger than your foot, right? Let's look at the floor, Buffalo.
Boyd has become a go-to guy for tenants in need of assistance at Buffalo Municipal Housing Authority properties.
This is Nate Boyd doing another Nate Boyd Facebook Live.
His style of citizen journalism on social media is ruffling feathers here at BMHA headquarters.
I have issues with that style of advocacy. I don't think it's particularly effective.
But despite his critics,
Nate Boyd is definitely not going away.
Boyd continues pressing for changes using social media.
It's horrendous. It's tragic. It's inhuman. The fact that an organization could make so much money off of rents besides being subsidized.
Federal records obtained by News 4 through a Freedom of Information Law request document serious issues at some BMHA properties. For example, the records show that HUD inspectors last year found 10 of the 15 developments inspected had infestations.
Horrible. Horrible.
Gillian Brown has been affiliated with BMHA over the years in different capacities. In October, he permanently took over the reins of the agency. He's now the top guy, and the buck stops with him.
I am dealing with what we have in front of us, and I'm not trying to focus on, what stupid things were or weren't done. I'm trying to focus on what I need to do to make things better going forward. I want this place to work, and I have an idea of how I think it should be working, and I think we're making incremental progress towards that. I think we are getting better.
But those assurances are a tough pill to swallow.
Look at the water coming from, y'all.
When you see images like this.
This is every month. This is what's going on.
Rainwater pours through the window of this unit at Kenfield Homes, captured on video by the tenant living here.
All in my kitchen, my whole kitchen is flooding with water.
Then there's Cheryl Donahue, a tenant at Commodore Perry. She claims mold in her apartment is making her and her son sick.
We both have sinus issues. We wake up with headaches every day. You can smell the mold in the house sometimes.
She's suing BMHA over the conditions in her apartment. Her attorney suspects that Donahue and her son suffer from respiratory issues possibly linked to moldy conditions in their dwelling.
There's an opportunity for BMHA to square up and make this right, but they've been silent to date.
BMHA Director Gillian Brown is pushing back on the lawsuit. He says the agency is prepared to vigorously defend against it.
There isn't a single bit of scientific evidence in that lawsuit. There are allegations.
But when it comes to infestations at some BMHA properties, no science is needed. In this case, the pictures tell a story.
Just look inside there. You guys see all those dead roaches inside the light fixture?
And it's not just a roach problem. BMHA tenant Bonnie Hawkins showed us marks on the back of her arm.
I got bed bug bites and everything on me.
Bed bug bites, she says. And here's video taken by Nate Boyd inside her apartment.
Is that them right there?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They all the way back up in there?
Yep.
BMHA tenant Joe Flakes remembers seeing Bonnie's apartment that day.
I don't understand how she can stay in there on that bed and stay on that bed, because the minute you pull the sheets back and pull the flap up, they're right there. They're not hiding. They ain't running.
Gillian Brown calls the bedbug issue the bane of every public housing authority, not just in Buffalo.
This is a constant battle, and it is not, and I do not think that we are ignoring it. we are constantly hiring exterminators.
But it's not just infestations. The HUD reports obtained by News 4 show that 8 of the 15 developments inspected last year failed for a host of interior and exterior health and safety violations. Things like mold, exposed electrical wires, holes in walls and ceilings, along with blocked or unusable fire exits.
I could sit here and quibble with you about specific inspection findings, and I think I'd be right on certain specific ones. But the reality is, overall, a lot of the developments need a lot of work. All I can do is try.
Whether I believe him or not is irrelevant. What I believe is the facts is what we see. What I believe is people continuing to cry out for help.
Gillian Brown tells News 4 that his agency needs to do better on maintenance and that he understands some tenants feel BMHA is less responsive than it should be. He says this year, 2019, has to be a year of action. Brown believes he's the right person for the job because he says he knows the place and what needs to be done. Only time will tell. Luke Moretti, News 4.